Hi, this is Pete Ekman with the RoboZone podcast. This is episode 173. We have some teams here, some special guests, and we'll go through some introductions. But before we do that, we always go with John Wolfert. How you doing from Kettering University?
Doing great. And I want to thank everyone for coming in and congratulations at your successes at Worlds and everything. I mean, it's quite an honor just to get on Einstein. But as we find out, one of these teams just might have won if you weren't paying attention.
Well, if you're talking about Einstein, that's one, but the other team has won a blue banner at Worlds too. So don't forget that, John.
Yeah.
I like to keep you straight.
Anyway, thank you very much. And I can't wait to hear their stories and especially how the students and how excited they were, to do what they did. So
we're going to kick this thing off by numerical order for teams because we have two teams here today. The first one is 3175. That's Night Vision out of Grosse Pointe Woods. And Jason, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi, my name's Jason Levine. I'm a mentor with the team, and I am also drive coach on the field with Cooper, Izzy, and Max.
So we have Cooper, Izzy, and Max that are down in my bottom right-hand corner. You guys want to wave? Say hi.
Hello.
Are you guys tired?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
In unison. They said it in unison, Jason. Very, very well done. I don't know if you guys practiced for this, but very well done. And the other team we have with us today is 3534, which is the House of Cards, and their drive coach, Chris. Chris, please introduce yourself and the team.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Purdy. As Pete mentioned, from the Davison House of Cards, 3534. I'm the lead mentor and drive coach now in our 12th year. And with us is our kind of lead robot builder, Andrew, our programmer, Marcus, and our phenomenal driver, Peyton. So glad to have him on board.
Phenomenal driver. I think, Peyton, you need a shirt that says that. I'm the phenomenal driver. Just putting that out there. Well, first, I want to congratulate everyone here, with the exception of me and John. I mean, we're regulars here, but you guys brought home some blue banners and hardware from the Lone Star State back to the Mitten, back to Michigan. And I wanted to congratulate you guys on amazing seasons. Now I've done some research and I have them up here on the Blue Alliance as my cheat sheet for everything. So first of all, I want to ask you, Jason, what is it like to be a world champion?
It's absolutely incredible. I got into FIRST Robotics with my oldest son, Nate, 5 years ago. He drove the robot his sophomore, junior, and senior year. I have no words. I'm not trying to make this about me, but just kind of reference for this conversation. I've won a couple powerlifting world championships for Team USA in the past, and nothing compares to this one, winning it with those three down in the corner there. Their success, the happiness, the hard work, everything they did, everything it means to them, it means the world to me. I've spent the past few days, I can hardly talk about it or think about it without getting choked up. This is the sweetest one, and it's still, I have moments I can't believe it's real. Just incredible.
So Cooper, Max, and Izzy, first question is to you. Does Jason make you work out? Because he's a powerlifting champion. No. I got to work with what he gives me. So
we pick up the robot, if that counts.
Yeah.
And
that counts.
We have occasionally done push-ups to get hyped up before a match, but not commonly.
You guys have two large wrenches behind you that I know aren't light either. So that's where I had to put the joke with what he said.
Yeah.
So again, congratulations. What is it as students? What does it feel like to be part of the winning alliance for the championship?
It's really cool. This is my last year, so it's sort of a fantastic way to end my time. And I'm sure Izzy and Max had a ton of fun too, and I know they're gonna, just keep being great. after
Max
I
and
leave.
Izzy, you can feel free to give us your comments as well.
Yeah, it was kind of amazing for me because I'm just a freshman. So I was just like, I came into this and I was like, wait, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bar set pretty high.
I've been here for a couple years, but it still feels surreal. I can't even believe it. I don't know how to put it into words.
So there's not that there's pressure, but you're talking about as far as Cooper and Max, one is leaving as a world champion and one's coming on board as a world champion. That's a very high bar, right, to reach,
Yeah.
because there's so many things that have to go right to get there. And yet, does it feel more special coming out of COVID that you guys could achieve this?
Absolutely. Yeah, we actually during COVID saw probably our largest team growth ever, which was a big surprise. And I think it definitely helped with what we were able to accomplish this year.
Yeah, it was great. COVID gave us a good opportunity to do something that we wouldn't have normally done. You know, normally you build your robot and then it's done and you build the next one next year. But when the game was the same, we just kept working on that same robot. And I think we gained a lot of skills and knowledge about how to continuously improve. That really helped us get where we got this season.
Now, before we get to the house cards, Night Vision had literally a banner year, right? So you guys won the Macomb Community College District Chairman's Award. So that's always the number one. Robot awards are one thing, but chairman's is another. So you guys got that one underneath you. And then you went out to Champs and you butchered the Galileo division, won that division. Then you get onto the Champs, you know, the big Champs, the Einstein, you know, glitter coming from the ceiling, you know, not glitter, it's paper because it's environmental friendly. And then you guys pull a blue banner. I mean, those are pretty much the 3 blue banners that every team in their history wants to get. And you guys got it in one season. It's insane.
Yeah, it's been a crazy season. We're super, I know everybody's super proud of how we've done. And I know we're all looking forward to the next seasons too.
Well, you'll be looking forward to college, but the
Yes,
rest of
that's
them will
true,
be
but I'll
looking
be
forward to
watching.
the next season.
We're looking forward to the next seasons.
Yes.
Yep.
So let's spin the script, right? We have the House of Cards here, who also has a banner year because I've had their accomplishments up here. So I'm going to ask Chris similar question I asked Jason. What was it like at Champs, and what was it like to be the division winner for Roebling?
It was insane. I won't kid you, the competition was really close. I mean, we lost so many matches in qualifying by penalty points, right? 3-4 points were the difference between being maybe 8-2 and 5-5 that we finished. And we qualified 38th. Our stats said maybe we were in, you know, maybe top 15, maybe top 20. And then we were the 4th bot on the 3rd alliance. And, you know, it was a real low point for the weekend. You know, I thought, man, 4th bot, we're not even going to play. You know, we'll just kind of see what happens here. And then our alliance turned out to be phenomenal. We did an awesome job. And then we kind of talked to them and we told them that we knew how to play against 67 because we faced them at Troy and we faced them at States and we beat them 3 or 4 times this season. And they took the chance on us. And I'm really grateful to 5940 Brad, you know, for taking that chance and putting us in Roebling finals. And Peyton went out and played, I think, one of the best defensive matches I've ever seen. She literally defended the safe zone from hot, so they couldn't use it, that I'd never seen before. And we won the first match. It was close. I mean, it was like 4 points. We lost by 20 in the second match, but we went to the tiebreaker and we pulled it off by just a few points also. And we won. And just from there, you know, going from the lowest to lowest to just, you know, incredible feeling. We made Einsteins. It was amazing.
So
You know,
Andrew, Marcus, or Peyton, or all 3 of you, How did it feel? I mean, do you agree, Chris? It was the roller coaster of the weekend in Worlds, or you guys are just happy to be there and it was what it turned out to be? How did you guys feel going into that?
I totally agree with everything Coach Chris said. It was definitely a roller coaster. We didn't expect to fall as far in the draft as we did. I still don't understand some of the things that happened in that draft, but I'm glad it played out the way it did. I don't think I fully had enough time to process us winning the event because it was kind of a fast turnaround. It was, hey, you won finals, get ready for the next match. There's not a whole lot of time to sit there and talk about it and think about how big of a deal it really is.
Marcus or Peyton, do you want to give us your input?
I kind of agree with Andrew. I still don't think I've processed winning Roebling. It was a super fast turnaround, and I'm glad we got the opportunity we did.
And again, oh, Peyton, please give me your input.
I was just gonna say, we went into Worlds kind of just being like, we're here, let's have a great time. I never expected that we'd walk away with anything close to a blue banner. It was kind of just make it to eliminations, and then all of a sudden it was one match at a time, and all of a sudden we had a blue banner, which was insane.
Now, like Night Vision, the House of Cards had pretty much a banner year too. I mean, you guys won the Kettering 2 event, right? So, and you guys did pretty well in states because I remember you guys at states, and then winning a division. I mean, that's one of those blue banners that people want. Some teams have never won a blue banner. So, I mean, coming off this type of season, especially after COVID and getting back to everything is a huge accomplishment for both of these teams. So I want to thank you, and I know John will too. Thank you for coming on board, and thank you or congratulations on huge wins, right?
Yeah, thanks. You know, it took us a long time to win our first blue banner in 2016, and then it took us until 2020 to win a second one. And then this year, you know, we win Kettering again, which if you take COVID out was 2 Ketterings in a row. We win a blue banner, and then to win at Worlds, just, you know, I just wasn't sure our team would ever get past just winning one, you know, and was it a fluke or not? And just really proud of the team for earning this one this year.
So I've got some more pointed questions wrapped around Worlds because I wasn't there, but I watched religiously. Thank God for you can see 4 fields or 5 fields at once, the setup you can do on Twitch when you're watching them. I was trying to keep up with everything that was going on. One thing that really surprised me, and we come from we're all Michigan related because we live here and we compete here, right? So Jason, what was it like? I was so used to seeing more Michigan teams in championship, you know, matches. Do you think that the cancellation of Detroit and everyone being in Houston, you really had to make a name for yourself? Where if you were at Detroit, you know, there's more Michigan teams there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was definitely tighter, right? I mean, you lost that event. There were more of us looking to play in champs. It's, you know, you had a lot. That's a long haul for us. I mean, you know, a lot of teams flew and stuff. Our guys, me and 2 other guys drove it down. You know, it was like 1,300 miles. But yeah, like to go that far, you want to go down there and send a message that, you know, we're competitive up there. I mean, Cooper, what do you think?
Yeah, it was. I've never been to a different champs, but there was less Michigan teams overall, quite a bit less, and it definitely felt like there was just so many different people there. It felt way different than a district event, especially in like scheduling. You know, our district events, we had play 12 matches, and there's 40 teams there. There were 70 teams in a division, and we played 10 matches. There were plenty of teams in our field that we just never saw, either with or against them. So it really felt like a totally different experience. But yeah, it was a really great, a fun opportunity to sort of prove that, you know, that we can be competitive.
Chris, how about you in the House of Cards? Was it weird? Did it catch you off guard? I mean, you've played around for a while, so
yeah.
Was Houston much more different than if we were at Detroit?
Yeah, it certainly was. we went to St. Louis in 2016, and we were really baffled by the draft then too, because you know, you get so used to playing with the Michigan teams, and we know just about everybody by name and know where they're from, and see the same drive coaches and everything. And then we've been at Detroit the last couple of years, which is heavily Detroit, Michigan based, and kind of made it easier to play. But yeah, we get to Houston and we don't recognize these teams. You recognize the superstars, in the sport, and you couldn't even get close enough to their pits to check out their robot. They were just packed in there. So yeah, it was hard for us to make a name for ourselves, and it also made scouting really difficult because the rankings did not in any way, shape, or form match the statistics. And I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Andrew.
So the night before, we tried creating a mock draft. So I, as team representative, I'm sitting down there on the field hoping to get picked, crossing off people from our mock draft list, and we guessed nothing right. Not a single prediction on how we thought it would go came true. Almost all of our scouting was worthless at that point. And we didn't do a ton. Like, normally we scout every match, but we didn't take the entire team with us to Houston, so we weren't able to do that. So we had to go based off what data we had from other teams and stuff. And thankfully, a lot of teams are helpful and share their information online. So it was good to be able to look at that. It didn't hurt us too much by not having our own data.
Yeah, I didn't think about the scouting aspect of it. I mean, that's a huge amount of teams to scout, let alone just a district event, which you have 40 teams, and then trying to keep everything together. And I bet you the insanity that was Alliance Selection was pure insanity. I mean, even at the state level this year, it was really weird. I know all three teams went to states, obviously, so it was just very odd. It was just odd. I can't describe it any better than that. So, Jason, you said you and another mentor took the team down, right? Did you take the whole team with you? Did you guys scale it down to try to get to champs?
No. So the team, like the kids and most of the mentors flew.
Okay.
And myself and two of our other mentors, we towed the trailer down. So we had all our pit gear, our robot.
Well, I won't say the most important stuff, but some of the important stuff. You got to have the robot to compete, right? So
at least the robot, yeah.
So now I have to ask your drive team if they were worried that you'd show up or something would happen.
I was never worried.
No.
I knew
No.
Jason was going to get that trailer down.
Jason
Nothing-
wouldn't let anything happen.
Nothing was going to stop him.
Couple cases of
I'll
Red
be
Bull and go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say, yeah, a couple cases of Red Bull and some coffee for sure for me. But that first night, when we stopped on the way down, I hardly slept. I was up watching the trailer out the window, making sure it was okay, that the robot and everything was gonna get there for those kids. It was I'll be honest, it was a pretty big relief to get the trailer down to Houston and get it unloaded at the convention center and just, get the robot there and everything for the kids.
So to your drive team, the question is coming out of states, right? State champs is done. You got to jump on a plane. Was it the next day? As soon as you knew you qualified, you guys are gone. Was there a delay? I mean, how did that happen?
We found out we qualified Saturday night, obviously, and then we left Tuesday after school. So we had a couple days to prepare.
Oh, so it wasn't pure insanity. Jason had more insanity than you did because he had to leave right
Yeah,
away.
Jason had to
Yeah.
leave.
He actually just left the trailer packed.
Yeah.
So what the trailer was at States was the same thing that went down to Houston.
Nice. Now, Jason, Chris, how did you guys handle getting down to champs?
Yeah, we did a similar thing. Before we packed up at States, the robot was in great shape, so we did a bunch of maintenance, put it in the trailer, and pretty much didn't do anything else. But yeah, we left Saginaw like 9:30 Saturday night, did laundry all day Sunday, hooked up the truck, and my wife and I left Monday morning. So missed a lot of work. I must be behind by 10,000 emails by now, but but yeah, it was fun. We drove down. I wasn't worried about the trailer getting stolen. I was worried about like the robot falling off the cart, going on all the rough roads and stuff like that. But our kids left with some of the other mentors and some of the parents that went. They flew Wednesday morning, and we timed it perfect. They met us right at 2 o'clock, and it was awesome. There was no trailer line, and you know, we got right in there. But yeah, it was pretty good. But unfortunately, we didn't get to take the whole team for a variety of reasons. A couple of kids really wanted to go to prom, you know, and I don't blame them. That, you know, it's something they want to do, and a lot of new kids on the team that just, you know, really couldn't afford to go. So we tried to take as many as possible, and, you know, had some great parents that came and helped us. And I don't know, Peyton, what did you think about traveling down there? It was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it was really exciting.
What have you guys flown before? I mean, I love flying, but there's people that have never flown before and are scared to death of it.
I think for sure Marcus was the one that, because at one time we talked about driving the whole team, and Marcus was one of those guys that didn't want to be in the car for 24 hours. So,
Well,
right,
they
Marcus?
sleep. They sleep. You can
Yeah.
sleep 24 hours in a row. I know some students on my team can.
My mom was planning on coming with us anyways, and I knew she also was not gonna sit in that car. So luckily I had someone to back me up, but
Yeah, it worked pretty good.
So, Jason, now that you guys have a world championship banner hanging, and I'm jealous of that, a division banner and a championship banner hanging in your, well, future hanging in your shop, right? Where do you guys go from here?
Yep.
What happens?
Well, I think we all kind of want to take a couple of weeks off, but no, honestly, it's the kids have big plans. I'll let Max and Izzy take this one in a second here, but I like our head programming mentor. I know he's got some things he'd like to work on. Max and Izzy are talking about well, I'll let them tell you. Go ahead, guys.
So pretty much we never stop iterating. We plan to spend a lot of our off season iterating on what we have, adding maybe some new features, programming wise and mechanically.
We might build like a defense bot in the off season just for fun.
So we can have if we go to off-season competitions, maybe bring a second robot to one and get more drivers experience, because Cooper's our driver and he's graduating. So
Pretty smart, very smart, actually. How about some fundraising while you guys have a world championship banner hanging in the shop?
yeah, we'll absolutely have to do some of that too.
just handing some pieces of advice as another mentor, another team that's already looking at trying to raise enough money for next year, because, you know, you guys going to Worlds isn't cheap, right? So especially coming right out of states and then going right to Worlds isn't cheap. Chris, what are you guys doing after champs now? I know we're on the Wednesday after champs.
Yeah,
What's the focus going forward?
Yeah, for us right away, it's just you know, trying to use this good news and performance, you know, to get some advertising for the team and, you know, sponsorships. We're getting recognized at the school board on Monday. I got a message from the mayor and the city council that they want to see us in a couple weeks, you know, getting stuff out to sponsors and things like that. And but I hate to admit that we're not a super serious team. We don't do a ton of off-season stuff, and actually we really just put the team back together maybe like the second week of December after the whole COVID thing. You know, but we get in and man, we put the hours in. We put 40-45 hours in a week during the build season, and we go full tilt. But I know we're definitely going to be looking forward to off-season competitions. We're losing 5 really key seniors this year to graduation. So, you know, Peyton's going to have to develop a new co-driver. We got to keep working on programming. Marcus and Malachi, our programming mentor, Caden and a bunch of other kids working on programming did some amazing stuff this year. Really stepped up our game. We did swerve for the first time, right? And had, until the last match when we ate our wires, we had zero issues with it all year. Was a fantastic driving robot. So, we're going to see where we can get better. I know the kids want to build a turret now, although I'm hoping for not another shooting game. But I don't know, Peyton, are you looking forward to off-season competitions this year?
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of people want to try driving now after this year, so it'll be cool to see how good they are and just everything that happens. And I know a lot of our rookies are also really looking forward to like working on machining off season. So we'll just see what happens.
Peyton, make sure that you train Chris on how to drive the robot, because and I want Night Vision to train Jason so that I, as a drive coach too, can drive against them at Kettering kickoff, because I want to beat a couple champs myself. So we'll see.
We're like 4-time champs of the Kettering kickoff coaches tournament.
That's because you haven't driven against me yet. So the ongoing joke. Right after we came back from states, right? Because we didn't qualify. We already transitioning to a new drive team because both of my driver and operator were seniors, right? And we did swerve for the first year. I never recommend doing swerve without doing it in the off season, because we have some, and I'm sure you understand, we've had some
go for it. Go for it. Call us.
Vital learning. Yeah, well, you can call me too, because we've been through the fire. But they turned on field oriented swerve because we finally got it working after states, and I was driving it around, and I will always remember this. My driver goes, "Coach, why don't you drive the robot?" Drive coaches need to know what it's like. How can you tell a driver, what to do, or inform them on what to do if you don't know what it's like? So I look forward to driving against Jason and Chris. And
yeah,
all those.
I'm gonna have to get some lessons, boys.
Yeah, I need some practice too.
Yeah, because maybe why can we have a comp where it's mentors only?
Well, I'm gonna throw it out. Our parents and mentors have always joked that we don't want to have a coaches tournament. We want to have a robot moms tournament.
Oh, that's a good one.
At Kettering,
you
with
can always
gift baskets to win and all kinds of stuff. Winners get spa days or something. But it's our robot moms that do so much support for the teams.
True story.
That it would be awesome to get them on the field and see what their kids are going through.
Well, we got John here. Run with it.
Field oriented swerve, they could get a hold of, understand it and do. And hey, we have the field here, so just,
exactly.
And
bring
them on down.
If moms crashed your robot, you're really not going to get angry at them.
No, you can't.
They'll just tell you to repair it.
You got to get this thing going.
That's a good idea, John. We'll give you that as a nest egg for you to go.
I get a few nest eggs I'm sitting on right now, trying to figure out a couple ideas.
That's a post-Easter reference.
Kickoff and stuff like that. So
Jason, what other than Worlds? So you guys did really well. You guys came in back in Michigan. What was Worlds like outside of the competition? Well, I mean, you saw teams from all over the world. What about that experience?
Yeah, I mean, that was really cool. We saw teams from all over the world. Our first night, we were in the practice field line with a team from Taiwan behind us. We met some teams from Israel, Australia. It was really not to be cliche, but it was really a world-class event. You had teams there from all over the world. Houston was a great town. Really enjoyed the area around the convention center there. Didn't get a ton of time, to kind of tour around. We were busy making sure that we were ready to go and be competitive. But the little bit I did take in, got to say, it was a great town. And also too, I thought the convention center did a great job handling the teams and all of us. Chris mentioned earlier about getting there and pulling right in with the trailer. That was a same experience for us. That was very well organized. You could tell it wasn't their first rodeo as far as getting a bunch of rigs in and out of there. And they made that, to me, I don't know, I pull trailers all the time, but to me, I always get a little bit stressed out, and that was great. So I don't know if my kids over there want to add anything as far as competing with teams all over.
Yeah, I loved meeting all the international teams and also just like the teams from other states because, you know, we go to district events, we go to MSC, and that's it. I love all of the Michigan teams, but it's really cool to be able to meet the other teams that you hear about and you know about, you know, through the internet or whatever, but never actually get to meet them. I also loved the venue. I thought there was a ton of space. I thought for how many teams were there, it was really well organized. You know, we could find our way around the pits. We could find our way to the fields. It was quite the long walk, but that seems sort of inevitable given how much room there needs to be. But I thought overall it was a great place to have champs.
Was the flooring even, or did you have to do I call it the MSC?
It was
buckle?
even.
Yes.
It was even.
Luckily, it was even. With that long walk from the end of the pits to the furthest field, that would have been crazy. With
The robot would have fallen off like 3 times.
You guys all knew what I said when I meant the MSC buckle because you know,
Yeah.
we actually lifted this year when we went to states. We actually had 3 of our drive team members lift the robot and carry it across the pits, and everyone looked at us like we were the most odd people in the world. But I would go behind them and say, that's how your wires don't shake loose. So, you know,
Yeah, smart.
it is
Smart.
How about you, Chris, in the House of Cards? What was did you get to experience any of Houston outside of the comp part?
Just a little bit. I would definitely say number one lesson learned that I would share with everybody is be smarter than us. Be like some other teams like Strike Zone from Lapeer. You know, they went a day early and they did some stuff at the Space Center and things. I'm going to make sure that we do that the next time. But yeah, we did enjoy Houston. We walked downtown, you know, finding restaurants to accommodate the team. But yeah, it was a cool town. We really enjoyed it. I tell you what though, Worlds at Detroit's was cool because it was convenient. But we went home every day or went to the hotel, and it was a place we're familiar with. And I think going to a different venue in a different state, different location is just really makes a trip that much more amazing for the kids. And going to Houston felt like going to St. Louis, although, you know, St. Louis in 2016 playing in the Edward Jones Dome was super, super awe-inspiring. Houston was, you know, a close second to that. And if you guys thought the pit walk in Houston was long, St. Louis took about 20-25 minutes to walk to the field. It was ridiculous. But I want to put Andrew and Marcus on the spot. Andrew, can you name all the teams from foreign countries we played with? And then I want Marcus to tell some stories about trading t-shirts.
So on our field, the first one that comes to mind is Rembrandts from the Netherlands. I think there was at least one team from Turkey. I can't remember what team that would be, and a couple teams from Israel.
Yeah, and 2 from Mexico too, right?
And yes.
Yeah.
There might have, I don't remember if the Brazil team was on our field or not. But that leads into trading shirts like you want Marcus to talk about.
Yeah. Who'd you get to trade with, Marcus?
So we never have been good about like having a relationship with teams out of state, especially at Worlds, for example. We never really talked to anybody else a lot. This year we wanted to get out more, and since it was extra special and we went to Houston, coach gave us the idea to start trading extra t-shirts we had with other teams that we don't usually get the chance to see. So obviously, first place we went to was like 118, 148, 254. We actually got a 118 shirt pretty quick, and I thought that was super cool. Super cool. We also got a team from Brazil, and then I think We got Mean Machine as well, 2471. So that was awesome.
Yeah,
I think
That's
that's a
a-
lost art, Chris. The trading of the t-shirts is a lost art in first. I think we really need to
it
revive
is.
that.
Our team never really understood it. I always thought, well, how am I going to take my t-shirt off and give it to you? And then my wife and I swung through the lab the previous Sunday, just to grab a couple more things for Houston. And I thought, man, why do we have a bin full of shirts? Let's just take them. There's, we can buy more. And I just thought it would be a fun activity for the kids to go visit some other teams. Although, I never really thought about like 254. They have a really unique challenge. They're so well known. There's 1,000 kids that want to trade t-shirts with them. They had forms to fill out, right? Is that who it was? I'd never thought about it, and when I heard about it, it made total sense. But when they got a 118 shirt, I was, wow, that's pretty cool. But yeah, what we're trying to do is have a collection that we can hang in the shop and be proud of. Not trade at a student level, but trade at a team level, and have a cool display. Like when we used to have the RoboZone TV show here in Michigan. I remember the one episode our shirt was hanging behind, like Dan and the other host, and it was pretty cool seeing our shirt on TV.
I have tried to revive that as far as the podcast is concerned, and John knows this, is that we did a top 20 teams in Michigan in history, which U2 teams might, if we were to redo it, now we have a world championship team and we have one that won a division. But I try to wear them as much as I can. At least if they're coming on board, I can wear a representation of them to promote that. So we do try in RoboZone to continue to do that. Although
we got to trade for a fast shirt here pretty soon. So.
Oh yeah, fast shirt. Here's an interesting fact. I have a 148 shirt, right? I got it in St. Louis because I interviewed the Adrian, who's now the head coach. They have two shirts. They have a team only shirt, and then they have a trade shirt. So it's not I didn't get the coveted 148 shirt, like the black with the white writing. It's a gray shirt with the black writing. I still have one, but would you truly get a 148 shirt? I don't know. But I want a 254 shirt.
Yeah, for sure. So, just a fun aspect of the sport. So.
Oh yeah. So we're 40 minutes in. I think I've asked the questions I wanted to ask. I mean, we could always talk about robots for hours, but students have time. They got homework to redo, and mentors need to catch up on their sleep. Jason looks like he needs a Red Bull. I'm just joking, Jason. Don't come weightlift me. I'll be fine.
No, you're good.
I'm a ways away from you, a couple hours. But I want to thank everyone for coming on board with us. John, do you have any outgoing comments before I ask my last question after they do their outro?
I have one question for Andrew. What's the percentage of teams in first that have been on Einstein?
It's about 3.5%, which is crazy.
It is crazy. So you guys are in the top, 3%, 3.5% of all the teams in the world. So, it's something to be proud of. It takes skill, takes luck, and it takes persistence.
Yep.
Thank your mentors, thank your parents, thank your teammates who made all this happen. And come to Kettering Kickoff so we can, play and have some fun.
Yeah.
And maybe we can get the mentors out there and just start laughing as they try to compete and stuff like that.
You can laugh at me all you want. I'm a very competitive person.
I know you are, buddy.
I'm calling out Clinton Bollinger right now. I want to drive against Clinton Bollinger on Kettering Kickoff. He may be sitting in John's office and listening to this. He does listen. So I
think he just left, or else I would bring. Clinton
I'm calling out John Urin, Clinton Bollinger, and the two-time world champ, and you know who I'm talking about, Strike Force. No, Corey Walters. I'm calling you out, Corey. Let's get on Kettering Kickoff.
Get him a kickoff, Get them
Yeah.
over here.
I'll get him over there.
And, yeah, we can see have some fun.
What would happen? Would I get a special shirt if I? Oh, he's in the chat. He said, "Bring it." Clinton's live. He's watching live. I love you, Clinton. I want to drive against you. I want to. What do I get a special shirt if I drive a circle around strike zone or strike force? If I do a circle around Corey, can I get a special T-shirt?
I guess you could have one made.
Oh, I could.
Put strike force right in the middle and put a circle around it.
I
no.
love that Clinton bring it in the chat. That's awesome, Clinton. I can't wait to go.
So he's sitting over.
How about I played Strike Force and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Oh, awesome shirt. Awesome shirt. I drove around him and all I got was this T-shirt. Anyways, Corey's gonna text me. So and Anthony from 3175 says, I think I can take you. Whoever Anthony is.
Challenge.
Well, I love challenges. Let's bring it.
Anthony is confident.
I think I think this should be a bigger thing for mentors. I know it's a big thing at Kettering Kickoff. I know it is. But I think we should have a blue banner for the best driver as a mentor.
Oh, maybe we'll get you a little tiny one.
Yeah, one of those little.
You want one of those little like
4x8
that about has hanging in their pits, those little ones.
Yeah. So the two, I have a question for each one of the mentors, and I think the drive teams will laugh. So, Jason, have you used the blue banner as a blanket yet since you won the blue banner?
No, no, I actually haven't. Like I said, we rolled home and the kids took it with them so that they could have it hanging in the school. I'm a mentor, I'm a part of this team, but that's the kids. They earned it. So the question is have any of those kids sitting over there used it for a blanket?
It's hanging up in the hallway right now. So I don't think anybody has, but
Right
maybe
across.
Max stole it.
I did
before
not-
we
did
took
not
on the
steal it.
trailer.
It's right across from the senior common.
Yeah.
You could have
That's
easily
where-
grabbed it.
So unless you're Batman, you're not using it as a blanket. But Chris, you have to answer my question. Have you used your championship banner as a blanket yet?
No, I never have. Ours is not in the trailer. I brought it out so we could get some photos of it, but I know I've probably wrapped robot parts in one of our banners before. But yeah, I think the night vision kids said it, we won the field and they just basically handed us a blue bag and they said, oh, your banner's in there. Here's your trophy, your plaque and your medals, but get your pits moved.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get ready for Einstein. And we never even took a photo of the kids with the blue banner until we got back to the hotel at the end of the night, so, but yeah, we're really looking forward to hanging it up in our shop and wish we could get it hung up someplace more prominent in the school, but it'll be treasured in our shop for sure.
That's what it's all about. And the
Yeah.
not most important thing, but just proof that you guys have done a very well job, and congratulations to you. So as you sign out, I'm going to have the mentors introduce their students again as they sign out. But my last question, and anyone on the team can talk. We have this new logo. The one thing about Champs is we already know what the theme for the new season is going to be. We already have a logo to analyze for the next 6 months before we go back into our next season. And it's called Charged Up, right? So Jason, as you sign out, please tell us who you are, the team members, and they can say bye. But what do you think Charged Up's going to be? This is the first take. So what do you think Charged Up's going to be?
All right, so I'm Jason Levine. I'm the drive coach. Over on the other side there, that's Cooper, Izzy, and Max. And I'm going to leave the speculation to them. The kids are always better than I am at this. So if they want to take it from here.
Well, in the bottom right of the logo, there are some what look like steps. So maybe a stepped or tiered field.
Yeah, maybe something that's not a shooting game. So we've had 2 of those in a row, but you never know.
Interesting. First, if you guys are right, you could say we came on the podcast, we said this, and it's right, because this is the first time I'm asking the question. So thank you again for Night Vision for coming on board, and congratulations on a huge, huge year for yourselves and representing the state of Michigan at the state champs.
Thank you.
Or
Thanks.
not only state but world
Thanks, guys.
champs.
Thanks for that. Yeah,
And-
thanks for having us.
Chris, you're up.
Yeah, again, I'm Chris Purdy from the Davison House of Cards, and joined by Andrew, Marcus, and Peyton. 3 of the 4 members of our drive and technical team, along with Sydney and Michael, who couldn't be on the podcast. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just take whatever game that comes. We've talked a lot about building a rough field swerve drive with either a pneumatic wheel or like an 8-inch wheel. So I think we're prepared to build one if we need to, but I want a rough field game. And I'd like an end game that's not climbing for a change, but you know, we'll take just about anything. I don't know. Do you guys have anything you think it is?
I feel like somebody here is obligated to say it's going to be a water game.
I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it.
No,
Marcus, Peyton, what do you think? What kind of game is going to be?
All I can think of is maybe like something to do with plugging something in because it's charged up.
Yeah, we got to get out of these shooting games. It's gonna be something new, I bet.
It's funny enough. If you look out on Chief Delphi, they've already butchered this 5 ways from Sunday. That's not negative, by the way. Don't flame me on Chief Delphi. But pick and place, maybe. That's a good game. Shooting games are fun. What about a frisbee game? That's not necessarily a shooting game. It's not a round ball.
I'm up for a frisbee game because we were so horrible at it in 2013. I want a second chance, but I do not want to recycle rush again.
What if it was a jumping end game like that? I can't remember the team, the one that just springs off the ground and grabs the traversal run. I mean,
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But again, thank you everyone for coming on board with us. Go get some rest, catch up on your homework, students. I know you guys only got like 6 weeks left of school, if I'm calculating it right. And congratulations for a huge, huge year. John, you have any outro comments?
Congratulations to everyone out there for their year and stuff. Congratulations to all the mentors. Thank you to all the mentors, parents, and students who competed this year. And again, keep your eyes open for the Kettering kickoff. And we really look forward to helping the teams and everything kind of kick off the new season, have the drivers out there, new parents and stuff, and new students, figure out what first really is about.
Yep.
And to see it for the first time. So we'll be doing some cool things over, the next few months here. So just keep tuned in, and I'll throw it back to you, Pete.
I love it, John. Always selling. John's the big proponent of the podcast as much as we are of Kettering. So thank you, John. We look forward to giving you guys another episode next week. Again, teams, congratulations. John, Chris, and Jason, go get some sleep.
Thanks, Pete.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
for all the
Thanks,
support.
guys.
Anytime.
Yep, thanks, Pete.